dismantling of Georgia. Well, that set the tone for a high-caliber affair between Kenya and Tonga. Kenya, the victors in Dubai, and Tonga, the 2023 Challenger champions. Both nations yet to truly hit their straps. Tonga crushed Georgia in their opener, but then went down to Portugal in a golden point extra time, whilst Kenya laboured to victory. It took a last gasp try from Chrisant Ojwan, making his Hsbc Sevens debut before a toothless display against Georgia saw them nilled by 17 points. So fate is in the hands of both these sides. Again, the equation simple. Win here and progress to the quarterfinals. Lose and it's anxious calculations with points difference and head-to-head and a hope of being one of the best third-place finishers. Anthony Omondi, the man from Kisumu, with all that HSBC Sevens experience, cherished moments like his try-scoring debut in Dubai back in 2021. The launch point for the HSBC Sevens on a seasonal basis. That is the carrot dangling for all these sides in the HSBC World Rugby Sevens Challenger. They all want to be back at the big dance. Kenya more than most. The Hsbc. And Kevin Wakesa, who last time he played Tonga, scored a hat-trick in the London Sevens elimination. Oh, that's tricky. That's fast. And that is sweet support play from John Okoth, the 22-year-old behemoth. Careers underneath the uprights. And Kenya Sevens have the first score of the match. Anthony Omondi, understandably and predictably, makes light work of the conversion. And Kenya corner, they're up and jumping. These two nations have a long and a rich history in Rugby Sevens, but it's Kenya who so often have got the better of Tonga on the big occasions. Commonwealth Games, Rugby Sevens World Cup, the London Eliminator. It's all gone the way of the Hsbc pride. Sit down, says Sione Tupou. And then Samisi Marcy says, stay sat down. Or bewilderment from Samisi Marcy. And that's tough on Marcy. The Kenyan tackler went high and Tonga are reduced to 6 and they're down by 7. 2 minutes of reflection for Samisi Marcy, who you can bet your bottom dollar will be visualizing his next big hit, his next big carry.
Okay, let's go again. Time back on. Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Well, the Tongans lose their footing underneath the turf. It's tough on them, but play continues, and play continues at a fair bit of pace out into the 15-meter channel, inside, outside, and the ball in support. Oh, it's vintage Kenya. the Hsbc supporting each other as a pride and pouncing into the right-hand corner to double their try-scoring tally. And the one with one of the wiliest, oldest mains, Anthony Amondi, there on hand to get the dot down and rattle the upright with the conversion. There's wonderful feet from Lamek Ambatesa, who's here on debut. Took a couple of bodies to help it across the line. Amaitsa, followed by Amondi. They get the job done, and they still got one more play with Tonga down to 6. Knocked on from the kickoff. Tonga utterly starved of attacking possession and opportunity in this opening half. Look at those for some tricky feet. Well, Nigel Amaitsa may be wearing Kenyan colours, but he river danced his way through those challenges. Tonga back to the full complement. Tonga, at long last, have the ball in a halfback's hands. Lemi Moala, who started at scrum half against Junior Japan for Tongarei in 15's May last year. He's an up-and-comer, and he gets Tonga up and running. Oh, that strength, real acceleration, huge desire, hurdling the tackles of the Kenyans. And Marcy back on the ball, a bee in the bonnet. And an urgency about the way he's going about his business. Knocked down, but backwards from Rokesa, and it'll be play on.
It was grounded in goal. You put the ball inside. Scrum 5. Grounded. Made pressure for me.
Well, the offload was going right into the grasp of Marcy, and Rokesa knocked it back. That's fine. You just can't knock it down forward intentionally. But as he dropped on the ball, he inadvertently grounded it on the try line. So he carried it back. It's a put in for Tonga. And it's an introduction to the affair of Sioasi Hui Hui. Try score against Georgia.
Steady, please.
From a rugby family, his brothers played Svns for Tonga too. And off they go to the right. Suboptimal ball. As first receiver, Marcy reaching. Tupo, another big, uncompromising, bruising runner. Doesn't look after that ball as it goes to ground. There was definitely hands in the ruck, but Hui doesn't blink. Filmoe Halahala gives it to Marcy. Filmoe Halahala doesn't receive it back because Marcy tries to railroad his way over. One more carry, tight to the breakdown. Another penalty. Hui has to be. The Kenyans are appealing for a knock-on. The try's been awarded. And Tonga, a complete absence of subtlety and guile, batter their way over with a relentless demonstration of their power game. Sioasi Hui with the try, and Samisi Marcy maximizing it. I think Hui just about in control. He was beginning to slip from his grasp, but fortunately, the turf arrived in time. Anthony Amondi magic carpeted backwards as he took that kick off. And off goes Asati. Asati doesn't go for the switch, instead he goes for the whip. He goes for the strength. He goes for the man mountain, Kevin Wakesa. He knocks the ball on as the touchline comes into vision. As expected, this do or die final pool match delivering. But at the moment, it's delivering for an anxious-looking Kenya corner. It's their Hsbc who lead. Game on for a final 7 minutes that will determine the Cup quarterfinals as far as Kenya and Tonga are concerned. And Tonga roaming free in green Kenyan pastures. A bit of high knees gets Sione Tupo in and across and underneath the uprights. Sione Tupo delivering the dream start to this second half for Tonga. And Samisi Maasi kicking them into the lead. 14-12 they lead. And it looks like Kenya may have been reduced to 6 for the next 2 minutes of the match. This tackle that came in here beyond the horizontal by the looks of things. Filmoe Halahala not looked after on the way down. Anthony Amondi not looked after, but taken to floor in uncompromising fashion. John Okoth, who got the scoring started early for the Hsbc, looking to advance his side forward. Back on the ball, Wakesa, hat-trick against these guys in that London Eliminator. Tonga came so close to the Hsbc Sevens last year in London. It was tears for Kenya as they were relegated from the big time. Amondi grappling Greco-Roman style with Maasi. He's got 2 spare minutes in the lungs as well after his yellow card in that first half. Well, Amondi's been in the thick of everything. Try against Portugal. Try here against Tonga. There's this clinch with Maasi. Christian Ojwang, who came up with that clutch try to come back from the dead against Portugal. Another man who plays his rugby for KCB in the Kenyan Cup, aka the Bankers. Well, Kenya wouldn't mind cashing in on his talent in this remaining 4.5 minutes or so. Big pressure on young shoulders. The man who's proven himself to deliver. Ika on his bike. Ika feeding a bit of speed out wide, but Sione Taufeulunaki just becoming a bit disorientated and losing his way.
Let's go, guys. Here's the mark. Let's go, Kenya.
According to my research, at high school, he was an athletics prodigy. Won 7 goals for Toloa in an inter-college sports championship only a couple of years ago.
23, offside.
But not enough gas still to finish that. Kenya weaving. Kenya looking to cast spells. Okoth. Instructed, go, go, go. Back yourself on the outside, and he does, and gets across the halfway line, Ojwang. Crescent defence, cutting off the options for Tonga, who are forced into a high tackle. Amondi driving the tempo. Onyala's into the fray. Ojwang, prominent since coming on. Amondi looking for friends, finds some. There's more out wide if Kenya can hold on to the ball. But it slips from the grasp at the most inopportune time.
Let's go, lads. Play on, Kenya.
Salem Adoyo.
This is the mark.
Tricky ball behind him, especially when you're traveling at that kind of speed.
Time off. Injured player. Time off.
The situation right now for Kenya is that they would get a losing bonus point at this stage. Japan finished on 4 points. Kenya have got 3 at the moment, so that would bring them into sights. The problem is that in Pool C, Germany and Uruguay both have 4 points. Uganda have 6, so it is a really complex bit of business. One that the Shuja will be desperate to avoid, and they could do so by winning here against Tonga. Well, they're rejuvenated, the Tongans. 6th in Dubai, looking to finish higher as Ika. Ika gets called back again, looking to release Taufea Lunaki. Ika says get a move on. Let's play. I'm inclined to agree, John. Salama Doyle tries against South Africa and Japan in Toulouse and London on the series proper in his time. Can he come up with a big play here? Gap opens up, Adoyo pins his ears back, snakes back, and then switches. The reach, the score. Huge from Nigel Peterson. Amaitsa, the man from Kakamega Town, is in Tri-Town for the Shuja. No conversion added. Well, that doesn't look like a relieved face, does it? Doesn't look like one that is uber confident that this match is closed out. But look at that injection from Adoyo. And I might running the perfect angle to beat the tackle of Tupou. Kenya, cardinal sin. Looks like they've gone straight out from the kickoff. Hui. What can he offer? Walter Fafita. The Colossus. The Tongan tank. Hopping and skipping and into Kenyan tackles. 20 seconds on the clock. Marcy. If there's anyone who deserves a winning score, it's Marcy. Oh, speculative ball over the shoulder. Gets gobbled up by the Kenyans. They've got 10 seconds to ride out the clock. Oh, landing themselves in hot water and inviting crunching shots from the likes of Sione Tupou. There's the hooter. There's the boots of Adoyo. And there is one of the tensest pathways to a cup quarter-final that Kenya have endured in recent times. Kenya corners up and dancing. It's all smiles on dials, but it was tense times all the way through that match. Kenya prevail against Tonga, 17 points to 14. The creator of the winning try ends the contest with his boot, Sailor Madoyo. Kenya are off to the quarters.